Welcome back to PerpTex Daily. I'm Aaron. In today's video, we have a lot to talk about. We're going to be covering Hyperliquid, Lighter, PumpFun, the meme coin scene in Solana, and a lot more. And of course, as always, we're going to start with the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's sitting around $64,000 per coin, and it's not really doing much considering what the macro is doing, which we're going to go over in a little bit. Hyperliquid up 4%. I'm going to be talking about why I think Hyperliquid's rallying. Lighter up about 2%. And PumpFun has been on a massive rally these past couple days, up over 3% the past couple days. But if you just take a look at the daily candles, yesterday it did a 13, almost 14% green candle, which is absolutely huge. We're going to be talking about PumpFun later. But when you take a look at the macro, the S&P 500 yesterday hit a new all-time high, and today, this morning, it hit a new all-time high as well. Absolutely ridiculous. When you take a look at some of the bigger tech stocks, Palantir, absolute monster, ripped. I don't even know. This is like a 40%, 30% candle. Microsoft had an absolute monster candle as well. This is ridiculous. Considering how large these companies are, it's absolutely insane how fast liquidity moves today. Amazon ripped crazy as well. So a lot of the big tech companies had massive moves. Let's take a look at Apple. Not too much, but we're starting to see the pumping come back again. It's absolutely ridiculous. I really want to know when there will actually be a real correction on the stock market. It feels like it's never going to come, at least under the Trump administration. Who knows? I'm not complaining. When you go to the precious metals, gold is broken out. It had been consolidating in a range since basically, for like a month and a half, it had been consolidating here, and now it's finally broken out. Silver as well. Silver's, the beta play to gold. Silver is like a leverage bet on gold, essentially. If gold ends up ripping from here, silver is probably going to outperform gold just by the nature of their, just because the size of their market cap. But I think a large reason Hyperliquid is starting to pump again after dumping for pretty much the whole month of July is because the stock market's starting to pump. And Hyperliquid's one of these platforms in crypto that doesn't just benefit from the crypto scene, it benefits from pretty much every single major sector, and especially the equity sector. Lighter, trailing Hyperliquid right now in percentage, but I think Lighter, if this positive momentum in the stock market keeps going on, I think it's going to keep going up. I have been, in this episode, we're going to be doing a lot less looking at different posts because there wasn't really too much. But we're going to be doing a lot of talking, but I've been watching a lot of the Lighter podcasts, just actually doing my homework. And I don't watch these podcasts kind of just to circle jerk and be like, oh my God, it's so bullyish. I'm watching them to see what the people on the team are actually saying about what's going to come. Okay, not just to it's going to 10x moon, blah, 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 but really to figure out and, deliver to you guys what's actually happening. Because, some of these podcasts are long. It's pretty boring. Most people don't want to watch them, but I watch them anyways. And I will say I'm thoroughly impressed with what I've seen from, I watched one with the founder, Vlad. I watched one with the head of operations, and I'm thoroughly impressed with what they had to say. A lot of the bullish stuff that, I've been hearing is really the stuff that comes, once again, we talk about this, it feels like every single show, but the stuff that's going to come post-US license, post the CFTC license, when Lighter is able to be implemented on the back end. I think the options, Lighter's currently working on options, and I think them being the main source for the main back-end engine for pre-IPO stocks, pre-IPO options on Robinhood, and Robinhood having perps on their main app, on their actual real main app, is going to be absolutely huge for the Lighter protocol. I think really any time before Lighter gets this US license, I think it's pretty good buy. Not financial advice, of course. But if we go to more of our macro, take a look at this. We got a lot of stuff going on. So Fed Kashkari says he believes now is the time to start slowly raising interest rates. I don't think they're going to do that. Senate has 2 days to pass the Crypto Clarity Act. I mean, I would like for the Clarity Act to be passed, but at the same time, if it doesn't, it is what it is. Eventually, they're going to have to pass regulation. I mean, this just proves, just how jester the stuff that goes on in Washington sometimes is. And of course, there's a lot of nuance around why some don't want to pass it, why they do. I don't really get it. At the end of the day, crypto's an international market, and the longer we stall this, the more we prevent capital from coming into the United States. It's pretty much as simple as that. So, but U.S. Senate schedule today does not include Crypto Clarity Act 21 minutes ago. So, yeah, interesting stuff. When you go to the Hyperliquid ecosystem page, take a look at this. Over 8 million TWAP buys. So you're starting to see a lot of the big buyers are coming back in, and really, really good stuff. Let's just take a look at the, I think we got to go to HIP3. But when you take like this stat right here, the HIP3 share of Hyperliquid volume, how much of Hyperliquid's total perp volume comes from HIP3 markets, this is just up and to the right. So good stuff. This is probably the most TWAP buys we've seen in a long time. Hyperliquid, when we go to lighter stats have gone better due to obviously the price of the token going up and the fact that stonks are back and everything. So this is lighterdata.io. When we go to PumpFun, let's take a look at this. So PumpFun has been really the main story of CT the past couple days. I really want to show you guys this chart. We've been talking about it, like, you know, it really looked like it was due for a breakout. It got rejected like 3 times up here, literally 3 times. It got rejected once, twice, 3 times, and then it finally broke out over here. But take a look at this post from one of the co-founders of PumpFun. He says, Poly market revenue today, 271K. PumpFun's revenue today, $1.49 million. One of the platforms raised at $15 billion. The other trades at $2 billion. Makes you think. And you know, this is kind of the main driver and thesis behind PumpFun is the fact that they make so much money. I mean, just take a look at this right here. Who's leading in fees again in the last 24 hours? It's PumpFun. Who's leading the last week? It's PumpFun. And when you think about it, you know, the price of Bitcoin, take a look at the price of Solana. It's at $73. How much revenue will PumpFun be doing when Solana gets back to this range right here? When it gets back to the, you know, the 120 to 250 range, how much revenue will PumpFun be doing when the bull market comes back? I think meme coin sentiment overall is at the lowest it's ever been, and PumpFun is still absolutely printing. You got to think. I personally think their revenue is probably going to 5 to 10x in the bull market. It may even some days go higher. It could have days where it 20x's from what it's doing right now. But I think for a reasonable conservative estimate, I would say 5 to 10x. Nobody wants, you think about on a broader macro scale, nobody's trying to launch meme coins right now, and they're still crushing on fees. So really good stuff to see for, you know, all the protocols we like to talk about here on the show. Hyperliquid starting to bounce back. Lighter has a lot of really good stuff to come. I'm super excited for what's to come for Lighter. And PumpFun's just continuing to crush it, and I don't think that's going to stop. Meteora, before we end the show, I mean, it looks like it's about to break out and everything. So, yeah. And also, if you made it this far, we are having an interview with one of the guys who's part of the Lighter ecosystem later today. Going to be really good stuff. But if you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, follow me on X, join the Discord, and I'll see you tomorrow.